we have a Russian official saying, quote, the Americans must assume that a number of signals from Moscow will be uncomfortable for them, including in the coming days. This is in light of the June 16th summit between Biden and Putin.
Putin is extremely confident that he can outmaneuver Biden. And this is an opportunity for the Biden team, is to come in and when you're the underdog, when people are not suspecting that you're going to be tough, have a couple of ways to really put them in the corner and show that somehow what appears to be weakness is not weakness.
Good news. The most effective communicator we have will be there in Geneva. This is the White House Deputy Press Secretary.
President Biden is the most effective communicator of American values and priorities, and hearing directly from President Putin is the most effective way to understand what Russian plans and intends.
So don't worry, Putin's going to tell the president what the Russians are planning and in what they intend.
Vladimir Putin is laughing at Joe Biden. Vladimir Putin is a tough, hard KGB agent turned Russian Orthodox, pious, and so forth. But he's the same man of steel that he always was, and nothing happens in Russia that he doesn't know and control about. And he's going to sit across the table and be lectured about moral rights and human rights by Joe Biden, who can't even elucidate a sentence.
Putin is a thug. He is an international bully, and part of the reason, like a lot of bullies, he's that way is because he realizes the Soviet Union is no more. His military is so much weaker than the United States and a lot weaker than NATO combined, and so he throws his weight around, and the only way you can really deal with a thug or a bully is to stand up to a thug or bully, and I'm not sure Biden's doing that.
For the second time in just a matter of weeks, first our pipeline, now the meat processing. Ransoms being paid by the United States and U.S. companies, and in this case, a Brazilian company that had all these processing plants in the United States.
This idea that we've got U.S. companies now are paying for basically ransom is becoming now the cost of doing business.
Russia and China, they don't have a moral compass. They don't care about these arguments. They're looking for business deals and money and leverage. And so we have to be smarter when dealing with countries like Russia and China and some other countries that are not moralistic in nature. And we have to make the best arguments. So when our companies are trying to do business with these entities, they have to be shrewd and they have to understand what works and what doesn't. Moral arguments do not work.
They could arrest these people and treat them like the criminals they are, but they're not because it's all tied together. It's not as clear-cut as China where everything is state-controlled, but certainly you don't get away with doing this in Russia without a nod, at least, from the powers that be.
President Biden said yesterday that he has to believe that Putin did not know about the hacking of JBS because in a civilized country, they would not allow that to happen. I don't think he really believes that. I think he's trying to convince the Russians that maybe he believes that to try to entice them to act nice.
A country like Russia is just really, it's all about Putin and money and the oligarchs. It's a corrupt regime. It's not as ideological as you think. Their ideology is, how do we make the elites more money?
I would love to see the United States stand up today in a meeting and say, you know what, never mind on that pipeline. And by the way, we're going to start we're going to put in economic sanctions on you, Putin, and everyone associated with you in the lead up. Take something off the table from the Russians. Hack something with there. We've got cyber forces. Take down their infrastructure. Take down their entire military's way of communicating. Do something just to show that you can. It'd be nice if we had a country that just showed that, hey, we have this power to wield. We're not bad actors like you. We're not going to ransom it off, but we will show you temporarily how quickly we could ruin you and your basically your mob kingdom.